All right, we're back. Another season. Pro football show. Chevy Silverado. Chicago. Couldn't be more excited to be back.
Yeah, Will, how are you feeling?
Boys, girl, this season is going to be awesome. But who is this jabroni?
That's the mystery guest. Different host every single week.
I love that idea. Let's go!
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado. It is the divisional round of the playoffs. Here we are joined by Nick Turani, Nicky Clicky.
Well. Look what the cat dragged in.
I will say, all year, unless it's been Dave, we've had former NFL players sitting in that seat. You know, we've had guys who've won Super Bowls, we've had legends, and then we saved the best for last for the divisional round. Nobody knows football better than Nicky Clicky.
Enough of the compliments. Let's get to the ball.
Yeah.
Let's get to the ball. It's all the ball knowers. I will say going into this show, we had to start multiple times in the production room because I think Dan and Jerry have some shit going.
No, I'm fine. I love Jerry.
Great. Love Dan.
He just
There's
quits.
some tension.
He just quits. He quits. He's quitting Jerry After Dark. He quit on the Steelers. It's fine.
They quit on me.
I thought
So hang on.
Bully Heart meant something.
It's very tense in here.
Damn it.
I'm willing to give anybody.
No, I'm saying damn it because I meant to wear the fucking bully hoodie.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
but you know what?
legit.
That doesn't mean anything anymore.
I mean, I'm willing to
So
give
hang on, what do you want to see out of Jerry?
$5,000 anybody who could have did what I did and finish it with the milk and all that stuff.
I could have.
So Jerry After Dark.
$5,000 bet?
I have unlimited time?
3 hours, 3.5 hours.
No, that's not. That was the point. The 10,000 calorie challenge is like a 12 to 18-hour challenge, and you got there and you're like.
Well,
oh,
I have a
done with
producer who doesn't know how to run a show. That's why I'm running the show now.
it. Okay.
That's
You're not quitting.
I'm running the whole show.
So you're not quitting.
I mean, it's your call.
If you don't quit, I won't be mad at you. But if you quit, I'll be very mad at you.
It's up
There's
in the
no
air
Jerry
right
After
now.
Dark without Jerry.
The show, I think the show might have run its course. We'll see.
See, that's the quit. I don't like to quit. I don't like quitters.
Show might have run its course.
So the reason
like
all of
quitters.
this even came up before this show is because teaser for the Lucas edits presented by Jersey Jerry that's coming up. Apparently there's something special for Dan, so stay tuned for that. None of us have seen it yet, so we don't know. We don't know what that means, but
So congratulations, that's all.
Oh, okay.
for what?
Being a good guy, good friend.
Oh boy. Okay. So that's something to look forward to. And Nick did ask if it's his fault that the tension is so high. It is not your fault.
Not your fault.
It's not your fault. It is not your fault.
You swear?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I don't
It's
like
not your
you.
fault.
I don't like you, but it's not your fault.
Hey, where at, Nick?
They're good.
What do you got?
I got some in my teeth.
What? Let me see. No.
No.
Do I got something in my teeth, Jerry? Okay, I guess I can use my phone.
Are they real teeth or fake teeth?
Let them in. Let them in.
You haven't seen the old,
I don't know.
You haven't seen the old photos?
Are you? You're fucking around with him right now, right? Okay. Well, while he's
George Washington over here.
Yeah, Nick pointed out. You got it. So Dan, you did say last week when we were talking about the playoff record.
Yep.
That or the regular season, you were hot. And you said going in the
Stonehenge.
yeah, you said in the playoffs you didn't expect to be as hot.
No, I was terrible last week, 2-4. Playoffs are hard. I overthink it. I'm not going to overthink it this week. I actually feel confident I'm not overthinking this week.
Okay.
I have my 4 picks, and I know exactly what I'm doing, and we're not going to overthink it.
No matter what
Okay,
Will
I love
does.
No matter what Will does.
Will went 3-3.
Hang on, did I sway you on a bad one?
No.
No, sometimes
you
you-
actually got me the Steelers pick. I switched to the Bills.
Yeah.
He has swayed in a good way to you, but I just didn't know because sometimes you want to go first so that you don't know what he's taking and vice versa.
Yeah, I don't mind hearing what he has to say because I'm ready. I can change at any moment.
I got some things to say.
Okay, all right. Hey, listen, you beat me in the
I
regular
can't do
season.
this anymore. I'm trying to look at his forehead, but I can't do it.
Yeah, it's tough.
They were running a bit on you. You never had anything in your teeth.
Yeah. Nick was like, I'm going to try to get him to think he has some in his teeth, and then I'll
But I
look
thought you'd
just at his
secretly
forehead.
try to do it.
But it's too hard to
did
look
feel
at
like you were
someone's
just-
Well,
forehead.
he
yeah.
immediately looked at me, and I can't lie to the man.
What a diva show to derail the show.
All right, let's do the show now. All right,
Yeah,
we're
let's
done.
do
I'm
the
looking
show.
at your eyes.
Never had anything in your teeth.
Up
Okay.
a game on Big Cat.
Yeah.
Let's get to this
Well,
Saturday. Oh, Saturday games.
Sure.
Playoff football.
Yep.
Playoff football, storyline games of the week. We're going to go in chronological order. So we are going to start with the Saturday 4:30 game, which is the Texans and the Ravens. The Ravens favored by 9.5. Now, these two teams did play in week one, Will. Obviously, a completely different Texas team in week one than what we saw last week. And they absolutely killed the Browns. C.J. Stroud looks phenomenal. The Ravens sitting there watching that game. 9.5 points, though, still in a divisional round is a big number. Who are you taking?
I know. I think I'm sticking with the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can get caught up in all the glitz and glamour of how the Texans did. Bobby Sloak, he's going to interview for head coaching jobs. He's a genius. C.J. Stroud is balling. This is also a good game for the Texans defense. I feel like their linebackers, Christian Harrison, Denzel Perryman. Denzel Perryman is like a north-south guy. He's a heat-seeking missile. I think he bodes well in this type of game, but the Ravens have the number one offense, or rush offense, in the game for a reason. I think that the look that Lamar has had all year long, they understand that they have to get over this hump that everybody thinks that if they have time off, they're not going to bounce back. And in their defensively, C.J. Stroud is facing Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton, who made it All-Pro in his rookie season. You got Brandon Stevens, Marlon Humphreys, Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen. I like the Ravens minus 9.5 in Baltimore. I'm sticking with that.
Good.
Dan?
That's the don't overthink it. First, don't overthink it game of the week.
Okay.
Because everyone falls in love with the team that just won a playoff game.
Yes.
Forgetting that the Ravens are not playing because they were the best team in the regular season. So you mentioned Bobby Sloak. Bobby Sloak where did he coach under? Who did he coach under?
He coached under Mike Shanahan,
And
Kyle Shanahan.
Okay. What did the
Washington
Ravens?
Redskins, 2013.
There are two teams right now who are running Kyle Shanahan's offense in the NFL. The Ravens played them. What did they do to the 49ers? What did they do to the Dolphins? I don't think the Ravens are going to be confused by anything the Texans do.
Yeah.
They demolished both those teams. They even said afterwards, Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith basically were like, they're doing all this stuff. It's just window dressing. We just play man football. We tackle. We can disguise. We can get pressure with four. We can do all these things. I think it'll be a long day for C.J. Stroud. The other part of this game, Mike McDonald, the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. This is actually the third time he's going to play C.J. Stroud in the last 14 months. Played him. He was Michigan's defensive coordinator last year. Whooped up on C.J. Stroud. Played him week one this year. Whooped up on C.J. Stroud. So I think the Ravens, there's nothing that's going to surprise the Ravens in terms of the Texans offense versus the Ravens defense. And on the other side of the ball, I agree with you on the Lamar part. Like, this is his time. This is the best team he's been part of. They have everything. They are well-balanced. They can run. They have wide receivers. Mark Andrews is back. I think it's Ravens all day. And I think people are going to fall into the trap of Texans look great. But we saw it. We knew what the Browns were on the road. And that game just snowballed on them. I think the Ravens are going to kill them.
Before we get to Nick really quick, though, Dan, last week when we sat here, I'm sorry, you'll get your turn, I promise.
That's a fix.
When we sat here last week, we were talking about the Texans, though, and how they had the phenomenal run in the regular season. And obviously, like you said, it snowballed last week. But how much more confident, I understand the Ravens were the best team in the regular season, but how much more confident are you in the Texans after seeing what they did?
Well, I mean, they're a really, really good team. And they showed it against the Colts on the road and then against the Browns. I just think this is a different beast. And it's just, like, I just think the Ravens are really good on both sides of the ball, and their defense is nasty. Mm-hmm. And they can do a lot of different things. Like, they have three safeties they bring in. They can move them all around. They have, like I said, they can get pressure with four. They can get pressure. They'll blitz you. They'll disguise stuff. And those two linebackers, like, it's crazy because, Will, you know, like, the linebacker position kind of in the last few years has gone the way of the running back, where teams have tried to get by without getting, having good linebackers. You saw what the Eagles did. They got torched in the middle of the field. Roquan Smith and Queen are just, they cover everything. Tackle everyone.
Like the Ravens have been number one in rush defense since he showed up.
Yeah.
Roquan.
And he's so good and he's so fast and he can cover so much space. And I think that, like, it's nice to see teams, we'll get to the Niners, like, having these stud linebackers and showing how important the position is.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, the floor is yours. Who are you taking?
I'm not sure. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm
I
going to take the Ravens, but in a way closer game than people are thinking.
Okay.
I think the Texans are a good team.
You're betting against the spread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So it can't be that close.
So they still got to win by 10 or more.
Oh, I'm betting against the spread?
Yes.
Minus 9.5.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Fuck. Give me the Texans. Give me the Texans here, guys. Because, one, we need a Hoove team in the playoffs.
That's true.
You always do, and you need a handsome coach in the playoffs.
Yep.
D'Amico Ryans. Have you ever seen a blemish on his skin?
No. Would Matt LaFleur be the other one?
It would have to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Matt LaFleur's a good-looking dude.
And then when the Rams won it, they went 2 for 2, hooved and handsome.
That's true.
Right. We're due for that. Give me Texans.
Damn it.
Hooved and handsome. That's your take.
And they beat, in my opinion, the hottest team in the NFL, the Browns.
That's not
Hottest
true.
team in the NFL, Nick?
Not looks-wise.
Oh.
I'm talking on the field.
Joe Flacco is very good looking.
He's handsome.
Yeah, he's very
He's
good.
distinguished.
Yes.
Jerry, how are you feeling about this game?
I like the Texans.
He hates
Lamar's a
Lamar.
fraud.
Well, I know that, but I was
The
thinking
fraud.
that maybe
He's a good regular season guy. You can always rely on him in the regular season. Put up the stats. Stat pad, does whatever he wants. But push comes to shove, he's just not a playoff.
So if he
quarterback.
wins,
They got
Right, if
all.
he wins
They
this
got all
game-
the talent this year.
so if he wins this game,
He has
or
zero
gonna
excuse
start-
this year. He's had this is the best roster he's ever had.
if he wins this game, then will you change your opinion on him?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
That's fair.
He has to win this game.
Okay.
He can't lose this.
I do think this is. I agree with Jerry in that respect.
Yeah.
Like, the Ravens, who knows what the rest of the playoffs are going to hold? Because you could have the Bills or the Chiefs, and those are two very good teams who've been battle tested. And like those are games where it's like coin flip. You never know what happens. And then obviously if you get to the Super Bowl, same situation. This game, if the Ravens lose this game, then like the Lamar hate, depending on how it goes, would be justified because they need to.
What was the line? You probably don't remember in that Titans game when they had the bye and then came out and lost to the Titans.
You said what was the line?
You remember?
Oh,
No.
I'm not sure. Obviously, the Ravens are basically in that same spot because they're like.
think it was
double
9.
digit. Yeah. Yeah.
Does Lamar have to be a world beater to beat this team?
No, because I think their defense is going to do a lot of work.
Now he's got, and you're right, he's got zero excuse this time because you got Zay Flowers, you got Odell Beckham, Mark Andrews is back. They can run the ball.
Likely
they can do
been
everything.
really good. Yeah.
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 So a must-win game
defense,
for
yeah.
Lamar's
Dalvin
legacy.
Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have been. Hey, should have been Derrick Henry.
Should have been. How cool would he have looked?
And
So sick, bro.
Next year.
Should have been Derrick Henry mid-year.
yeah.
All right, Dan, you mentioned the 49ers. Let's go to the Packers and the 49ers, the Saturday night game. The 49ers favored by 9.5 as well. Dan, how much are you buying into Jordan Love?
He's really good. He's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. It is what it is. I just know that the 49ers always come to the rescue. They've beaten the Packers in the playoffs, I think, 3 straight times in the last few years. They kill the Packers every time they play them. The Niners are going to kill them on Saturday night. I'm not that worried about this game. I'll worry if the Packers pull off an upset. The big deal with the game last week against Dallas, the Cowboys couldn't run the ball all season. And the Packers do not have a good rush defense. So the one weakness that you couldn't take advantage of was just not there for the Cowboys. The Niners can run the ball. A guy named Christian McCaffrey's pretty damn good. He's second in yards overall the last 3 years to Najee Harris. Do you like that?
Great stat.
You like that stat?
Great stat.
Christian McCaffrey missed an entire season.
Listen.
But still,
Listen.
stat stands. I think the Niners are going to beat the shit out of the Packers. I like the Packers defense is not good. I know that they played well against the Cowboys last week because the Cowboys' Dak Prescott is a choker. And, you know, they played well against the Bears, who then fired their offensive coordinator. But if you go back a couple weeks, the Panthers put 30 on them. Tommy DeVito, like that was the Tommy DeVito moment in that game. So that doesn't just fix overnight. I think the Niners are going to be able to run the ball, play from ahead, and then you'll see Jordan Love have to take a couple risks that won't work out.
Nick?
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Would a part of you be happy if the Packers won
No.
with your Aaron Rodgers hate? That
No.
they were able to do something without him?
No, because we've already moved on that they've done it again. Like Jordan Love is it again.
Okay.
So it's already bullshit. I'm already have to like batten down the hatches, like figure out some dirt on this guy, like try to start hating him. Like we're back into just that mode.
How much would the Packers have to win by for you to think about dying?
Not this game, but if they went to the Super Bowl, yeah, there would be death on the table.
Okay, cool.
My voice just cracked a little.
Well, I love you to death. I want you to stay on the earth.
Hit 3 kids. You know it.
Father of 3.
Yeah.
I think 49ers win by 32.
And that's solely because you want to see Dan stay alive.
Damn it.
Yeah, I want him to be.
I think the Packers have a shot. I think it'll be close. I think the Niners win, but like the Niners have had lapses on defense throughout the year. And
That's
the one
true.
thing the Packers have going for them is it's like that. Jerry was just bringing up the Tennessee Titans team. Like they have their identity going into the playoffs. 12 personnel, a lot of motioning. You see how creative LaFleur is in the run game. Like the way this offense is operating with Jordan Love, I think they have a shot. I know that there's some rumors out there of a certain whale play going on, but this could be a high-scoring game because The Packers, their offense will keep them in it. And I agree. I think the Niners will do whatever they want to do against the Packers defense. But if that offense is operating at a high level and the defense is showing holes in it like they have before, like this could be like a time of possession game.
The defense for the Niners, definitely they've had a couple games where it's like missed tackles, don't look great, but they have changed some, like Kyle Shanahan got more involved. Even that Ravens game that they got killed, that was 5 interceptions. You know what I mean? That wasn't fully the defense failing. It was Brock Purdy just continually putting them in bad spots. But no, you bring up a good point. And the one thing that makes me nervous about this is I do think that Aaron Jones being back for the Packers is huge. You saw what he did against the Cowboys. They will try to run the ball, and you can probably run the ball a little bit on the Niners. So yeah, I'm nervous about this game.
They do a good job protecting Love too.
The
like
Niners always beat the Packers.
Yeah.
They do.
But yeah, listen, again, I'm taking the 9.5. I just think it's going to be closer than everybody expects because
Okay.
I think the Packers are rolling because they have their identity.
I know that the Cowboys don't matter because they lost last week, but Will, you had a lot of thoughts on the Cowboys keeping Mike McCarthy. How do you feel about that?
You liked it?
Do you like it?
I don't mind that they keep Mike McCarthy. I really don't. They went 12-5 like the last 3 years in a row. Like I saw somebody was putting up something to where Andy Reid was like, he was in that exact same spot before he ended up getting Mahomes, and then
but
they go on to create a dynasty.
That's the issue.
They don't have Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Fair, but still like 12-5. 12-5.
I thought it was a stupid move to keep him, and then Jake Ferguson tweeted a video.
Oh, yeah, I saw, yeah.
Of Mike McCarthy with a big Dallas necklace in the locker room, and he did it to 50 Cent, Many Men, and I was like, all right, I'm back in.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
It's that easy.
Because you see the locker room believes
Yeah,
it.
right. Like it was just like, okay, this makes sense.
Do you think
just don't
Dak
know
is the problem?
Yeah. He's just every single time he's been in the playoffs. He's been not every time because there's been games where it's like, 50-50, but like that game against the Packers, and people will say that the Cowboys defense sucked, and it did, but that game was over in the first half when Dak couldn't move the ball. It was a 3-and-out, then a pick six. Like that buries you. You can't have that, and your quarterback has to come out and play good football from the very first drive to compete in these playoff games. Yeah. The margin for error is so small, and Dak put them in a hole that they couldn't get out of.
And the defense has to bail you out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that we always have the pictures of the NFL guys, and we just have Stephen A.
Smith.
Stephen
yeah.
A. He's
Smolder.
Well, I think Nick is actually, Stephen A. Smith says Nick is one of his inspirations.
That's right.
So that's
why he. Okay,
Yep.
so that's why he's there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. Before we get to Sunday's games, let's take a moment for Body Armor. Of course, Body Armor is the official water of Barstool Sports. You can walk around the Chicago office, the New York office, anywhere. Body Armor is everywhere, and of course, Jerry, even with his sling, is still being the water boy of Body Armor. So thank you so much. Go to Amazon, and it's available across stores nationwide. Nick, I will start with you.
What's up?
Sunday, 3 o'clock game, the Bucks and the Lions. Now, the Bucks absolutely killed the Eagles. The Eagles, absolute collapse. Baker Mayfield playing phenomenally this year. Detroit, though. Detroit has another home game. The Lions feel like a team of destiny. How are you feeling about the Lions minus 6.5?
We brought this up today, but the coaches here, let's think about this. Bowles and Campbell?
Yep.
What? They're going against each other?
Yep.
They usually are together. When you're sipping soup.
How many people do you
What?
think Mincy's brought that lineup
He
to?
stole it from
Yeah,
me
he
for
stole
sure.
it so fast.
Was that a Wake Up Mincy?
Yeah, it was Wake Up Mincy. It's back, but not.
Lion and Bucks,
back
my
now.
girl's two favorite things.
Ooh.
Money and lying to me. What do we do here? Give me the fucking Lions.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, Dan?
Campbell and Bowles?
Campbell and Bowles.
What the fuck?
You know who?
Crazy.
You know who
It might
doesn't
end
come
in a
up with stuff like that? Taylor Lewan does not come up with stuff like
No.
that. That's where.
I'd hope
Nobody
not.
does.
No, that's what I know. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like we've had the NFL players down there. Now that's what Nick brings to the table. Okay, Dan, what are you taking in this game?
This is the real bowl game, the soup bowl.
The Soup Bowl. I didn't know there was chicken in this soup.
Oh my God, yeah. So you guys know what to do.
Yeah, you know the deal.
Ring that bell.
You have Campbell's in a bowl, and then when it's finished, what's left?
The bowl.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Switch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me the Bucks.
yeah, you're right.
So you went against your.
Gotta be Bucks.
Okay.
Gotta be Bucks.
The Bucks. Yeah. Okay. All right. The bowl is left.
All right, I'm gonna take the Bucks in this game. I'm a little nervous. That made me more confident, though. Here's my lines for the Bucks. One, Will, you can speak to this. I mean, that was an emotional win. for the Lions. I know it's playoffs, but that was an emotional one. You had grown men crying in the stands. You had Dan Campbell crying.
People at home, I thought about starting to cry.
I know that there's no letdown spot in the playoffs, but you could tell how much energy and effort and just everything was put into that game. And then to win it, have that relief and that monkey off your back, it has to play at least a little part in the mentality.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't think so?
The city of Detroit, like that entire game, every play was like, the World Series with everybody cheering for a pitch that would go. Strike, ball, whatever.
Right.
Everybody either get loud, everybody get quiet. Like in every drive that happened, that you can just tell that city is so invested.
Right, but is there not a human element of winning that game and feeling like there's a little bit of pressure off?
But think of
I know
all
there's
of the
no letdown
momentum.
spot. I know. But they also they didn't play great in the second half. The Lions didn't play great. They played a great 20 minutes, and then they kind of held on. So I think the Lions are going to win this game. I'm rooting for the Lions to win this game. I hate Stephen Shea. If he's happy, I'll be very unhappy. It just works exactly like that.
Are there two teams in this that could make the Super Bowl that would make you kill yourself?
Yeah, no, someone brought it up. They were like, if the Bucs and the Packers played in the Super Bowl, what would you do? I was like, well, I'd have to root for the Bucs, and it would be the most miserable experience of my life. Here's the thing, though. I think the Lions, as good as they are, and I love this Lions team. They play great football. They play man football. They want to run the ball. Vita Vea is going to be a problem for them running the football. But their secondary is a problem, and I think just the nature of how they play, teams always can kind of come back on them. So it's like they can win this game, but the Bucs can hang around, and that's why I'm taking the 6.5.
Will?
I like the Lions.
Okay.
I'm
rooting for the Lions. I think they'll win the game,
momentum
but
that they
6.5 means that you can have a game where the Bucs figure out a way to hang
You
around.
could, but it's like the Bucs beat up on a not a very good football team.
I know.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Shout out Baker, though.
They're coming out of the NFC South.
I know, but that game could have even been worse if Mike Evans makes a couple catches. Like, there were some drop balls for Baker.
Yeah, but the defense was so bad on Philly's side.
I know.
Like, and I know what you mean. Like, they can kind of hang around. They didn't do a whole lot. They're just holding on in the second half. But, man, I just think they have too much juice going on right now to, have a lapse off of
6.5 is a lot of points. I think the Lions are going to win by 3, is my official prediction. Lions by 3.
I think Lions. I think Lions by double digits.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
Willie double.
That would be awesome.
What'd you say?
Willie double.
Really double. How do you feel
What do
about
you,
that?
what do you think?
It's my Super Bowl team.
Lions?
I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Now, Jerry did say that after watching just one drive of the Lions against the Rams.
What was it, the first drive?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's like, this team
put in
going
their
to the
ass,
Super Bowl.
bro.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. No, they were great.
Not a
And
bad
here's
drive to
the other
watch.
thing. Like,
And they're going to run the ball. I know Vita Vea is going to give them problems,
Right.
but they're still going to be able to run the
They
football.
are gonna be able to
the
run the ball.
O-line, they're healthy. They're playing,
We'll see, though. Todd Bowles going to blitz. He's going to blitz. He's going to blitz. And we'll see what happens.
The veteran group with Detroit, again,
Yeah.
it's not.
No, the
Philly
Lions,
did an embarrassing job protecting Jalen Hurts last week.
The Lions, as a unit, I believe they're 9-0 this year when their entire offensive line is playing. So that would speak to the Lions.
And you even saw how poorly they protected him because Jay Gruden's coming out tweeting about it.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm nervous.
Nick, are you sticking with the bowl?
I had a
It
plan.
makes perfect sense.
I had a plan, and now it's starting.
You did
to
say you
fall
weren't going to
apart.
trade
Detroit
or
Dawn.
change your picks.
No, I know Detroit Dawn is my guy. Shout out.
He would hate
I think out of every team in the playoffs, not that this is going to happen, but it's like, from our perspective, Detroit has the easiest game, in my opinion.
I think no.
I think they're gonna be
I think the
emotionally
Ravens
exhausted.
I think the Ravens and the Niners. No.
Sending Stafford home, feeling like, okay, finally, like people were saying we lost that trade. It's just this huge relief. It was their Super Bowl.
You don't believe that at all? What we're
there
saying?
could
No,
be an
I
emotional
believe it.
letdown.
I just think
There's some type
Tampa.
of
They're not
letdown?
playing. They're traveling to Detroit. Like that stadium was insane. Like you could just even hear it on TV. Like when the Rams would score, it would be deafening silent. Any positive play that they had, they're just.
All right, I'm going with the
erupting.
Lions. Fuck it.
He said he wasn't going to do this, folks, but he's doing it.
No, you're right. Goff
And-
is way more mobile than Jalen Hurts is. Smart move.
I got to ride with my guy, Goff. I'm
I
going
think
with the
so.
Lions. Okay.
I think that's the right call.
Okay.
And Dan, you did have a tweet about kind of like the karma of the way that there's
Yeah.
now going to be another game
Yeah,
in
they got
Detroit
it.
because
Ball
of the way
don't
the
lie.
Cowboys. So keep that in mind too with the Destiny.
They
Yeah.
are owed this.
Ball don't lie.
Like they're all, they cannot wait to show up.
Yeah, they got a little rest advantage. Okay, Lions.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're riding.
All right.
Ride
You
together.
convinced me. I'm going to be mad at you.
I don't think you'll be mad at me.
Okay.
Did you put a future on the Detroit?
No,
Should we?
we could if we want.
I kind of want to. I think that they have a real shot.
Okay, I do too. I absolutely think.
I mean, yeah, Will thinks they're going to win by double digits. Okay, let's get to the last game, which obviously everybody is looking forward to, the Chiefs and the Bills. But first, it is time for Lucas Edits presented by
Surprise.
Jersey Jerry, which has a lot of hype around it this week.
Jerry surprise.
Says it's a good one. Jerry Surprise, let's roll it.
My prediction is going to be me like going through a table or something.
All right, welcome back. Pro Football Show Game of the Week. Playoff divisional round. We got the Chiefs going to the Bills, the number 2 seed. Josh Allen, first quarter, scrambles outside. You've seen a lot of that in the Steelers game. Touchdown, Bills go on top 7-0. Patrick Mahomes, he ain't done yet. Coming back out in the flat. Touchdown, tie ball game, 7-7. We're in the second quarter, 30 seconds left. Bills score a field goal. We're in the third quarter now. Halftime is over. 10-7 Bills lead. Mahomes scrambles out the pocket. Mahomes, he scrambled. He's like Josh Allen. He scores a touchdown. Playoff Patty, what does he do? He runs the ball. That's what he does. Averaging 28 yards a game in the playoffs.
nice
That's
stat.
a fact. Bills, Josh Allen, play action. He hits Diggs for a touchdown. Is that no, Diggs or Gabe Davis? I'm not sure. Bills 17-14. Patrick Mahomes, a turnover on the other side. Comes back. Touchdown Bills. 24-14. The Bills are going to the AFC Championship. No, the Bills won the Super Bowl. The Bills won the Super Bowl. 7-0. The San Francisco 49ers. Congratulations, Dan Katz, on that massive ticket.
That's a
you
fucked
are
up
a
thing
winner,
to do.
my friend. 35-1. You did it, buddy. You hit the big one after coming back and losing the Eagles last year. You did it this year, buddy. We're so proud of you. You're the best boss ever. Congratulations on that huge, huge ticket, Dan. You deserve it.
I don't know why you do that. I don't know why you do that.
I'm speechless.
I don't know why I
It's
do
my
that.
job to not be speechless here.
It's
and I'm
too
speechless.
bad because, look.
I mean, no one's beating the Bills.
What?
No one's beating the Bills.
I don't know why he's still doing it. It's every time I've won a big bet, who usually gets the benefit?
Jerry.
That guy right there. And then he does that to me.
It's kind of nasty, Jerry.
That's
Oh,
nasty.
okay.
A little bit.
So let's see. All right. Reed,
Right?
Ryan, Danny, Rudy. If the Bills win the Super Bowl, you all get $2,000 cash. Nick, you're going to get $5,000 cash.
Makes sense.
What about me?
You don't need money.
What the fuck?
You want some money?
I mean, yeah.
You get $2,000 cash.
Okay. I'll take
Jerry,
it.
you get $0.
I had a feeling that was coming.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
thank you, Dan.
10K to win $350,000. That's great. I'm rooting for all
I
of
think
you
you got to
guys.
respect,
Yes.
too, that he weighed those options and still did it.
It's nasty.
You know, it was tough to sit in that cave and just watch it all unfold like that. You know?
I didn't bet the Bills last week.
I know.
Because I was doing it out of respect. And he's still being a baby about it. So I'm rooting. I think everyone in this room, we're all rooting for
Yeah.
the Bills.
I mean, we've
Right?
got. I mean,
Well, what would make you happy? I mean, you have money. But do you want more money?
This makes me happy.
Yeah, all right. So we're all
Yes.
rooting for the Bills. I'll get you something nice. I'll get you a present.
You don't have to do that.
No, I'll get you a present. I'll get you like a
I
lineman
won't
present.
say
you know what? You can. Why don't you take the money you're going to give me, split it up, and just give me a little present too?
Okay, all right. I'll get you a present.
Yes,
all
you
right.
can give-
We're all gonna eat.
I don't- yes.
Minus Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry's not gonna
5,000
eat.
with Will.
Okay, great. We're
Okay.
all gonna
okay.
eat.
Okay.
Time out.
eats,
But
everybody
here,
Here's what I want to ask. Were you tight because he picked the Bills to cover against the Steelers?
He's mad because I put a future
No,
on
I
the
know,
Bills.
in the fun of it.
He's mad because I put a future on the Bills in fucking December, like December 1st. And I was supposed to figure out that the Bills were going to play the Steelers in the first round.
Oh, I can see. Okay.
That's baby stuff. Jerry quits.
It would have just been nice to have one person ride.
so would you have wanted him to go against a bet he made before he knew that? Like that's not a gambler's
exactly what he would
mind
want
to
me to do. He
Right, but
want me
like
to cash
you're,
out.
you're a gambler. You know that he would.
Cash out.
He was telling me
Come
before
on,
the
Jerry.
game that I was going to tell
Nasty.
he said tomorrow morning when you wake up and you're doing breakfast with your kids, you're going to be like, you're going to tell your kids, hey, I can't believe the Steelers won. That's what he was telling me before the game.
Jerry, you really thought they had a shot?
Yes. He said
legit,
85%
legit, in your heart of
chance.
hearts.
He said 85% chance.
Really, man?
I think if you watch that game back, I think it was a lot closer than you thought.
Okay.
It was. I mean, they cut it to 7 late. You know what I mean? It's just they couldn't get a stop.
Okay.
No,
Jerry, it was
linebackers.
31 to
I see
17.
why people look at me the way they do with Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. 85%.
That's good optimism, though.
It's 85%.
I just
They
they
beat,
didn't have
congrats to
TJ
the Bills.
Watt.
They beat a third quarterback on our roster and a team without TJ Watt.
Well, you said
And a team
85%
without-
chance.
And a team with
Loser talk.
2 linebackers that we got off the street and a safety we got off the street.
I mean, Nick, you're a Steelers fan.
No, you're not wrong, but that's why I'm thinking like.
And they still
had no
almost lost
shot.
that game. There was a chance they almost lost that.
Nick's a Steelers fan too. Did you feel the same way?
I was happy the Steelers made the playoffs.
Okay.
I was proud of the boys.
So you didn't think they were going to win last week?
I was rooting for them to win.
Well, of course.
But I can't read the fucking future, Kayce.
Yeah.
I don't pick who's, what?
Okay, fair,
Who you
fair
picking in
enough.
This game?
Well, no, go to me
Let me tell
first.
you.
Yes, Dan.
Go to me first.
So Dan, the Chiefs
All right.
and the Bills.
So,
Bills minus 2.5.
this whole room, we're rooting for the Bills.
Yes.
I got bad news. The Bills are probably going to lose this game.
No, they're not, bro.
He's right, Will. Let him talk.
They probably are.
This is the most beatable the Chiefs have ever been.
It's the
knows
most
what he's
beatable the
talking
Chiefs have ever been. And listen, I'm rooting for the Bills. This is a pick that I have to make for this show. I'm not going to bet on the Chiefs, but I have to make a pick for this show, and I'm giving you my honest opinion. The Bills' defensive injuries have mounted up to a devastating effect. They've lost. I think they lost another 3 starters on that Monday game. They have short rest. There's 2-game rest advantage for the Chiefs. I think the Bills are in a lot of trouble in this game. I think Josh Allen's going to have to be superhero, which he definitely can be, and I'm rooting for him to be. But if I have to make a pick, I think the Chiefs are probably going to win. Sucks.
Will you say no?
Yeah, I think the Bills.
I want the Bills to win. Like I said, I have to make a pick, and just the amount of injuries they have is so fucking. It's crazy how many injuries they've gotten. Their entire linebacking core is out.
Who's their linebacker core? Right?
All right, so they have. I wrote it down before. So Bernard did not practice. McDermott said there's hope. He got carted off. Dodson, I think, has a concussion. He probably will play, but he's limited practice. Teron Johnson, their cornerback, limited practice. Christian Benford, another cornerback, did not practice. Razul Douglas said he's probably going to go because he could have gone against the Steelers. So that's at least someone coming back. But if 2 out of 4 of these guys are out, they're so decimated with injuries. It sucks. But this is also this is what the NFL is. Sometimes it's not the best team; it's the team that's healthiest at the right time. And the Chiefs are healthy.
How much does it matter, though, that the Chiefs are on the road, though?
Obviously it matters, but Patrick Mahomes is so fucking good, and he's got 12 playoff wins in 6 seasons. It took Peyton Manning 17 seasons, his last season in the NFL, to get to 12. It took Joe Montana, I believe, maybe was his last season. No, John Elway was his last season. 16 seasons to get to 12. Patrick Mahomes is just guy can't be beat. He's fucking insane. There's nothing you can say about it.
So, Will, are you getting swayed, or are you sticking with
He's
the
doing a
Bills?
great job, but I'm sticking with the Bills.
Again, I feel bad because this is one of those I haven't done this all year where I'm telling you what I think's going to happen, but I'm rooting against myself hard. I'm rooting for the Bills.
Your head and your heart
very
are
hard.
saying different things.
I'm just, if I have to give a pick and you're like, hey, your life's on the line, the defensive injuries for the Bills is just so many.
Nick?
Do we not understand how the universe works?
Okay.
It's going to be the Bills losing in heartbreaking fashion again. Last second touchdown by the Chiefs. Who knows what's going to happen, but it's going to be heartbreaking.
It's just
Yeah,
it's going to be.
No, it's going to be heartbreaking.
heartbreaking. Yeah.
It's going to be heartbreaking. And Jersey Jerry's the one to blame for everyone in this room not having any money. I root for every one of Jerry's bets. I ride with Jerry.
Once.
Track record.
I make bets that Jerry's in on, and then he does that. It's hard.
I think this is the Bills' year.
I think so too.
Still doing it.
He's being
doesn't think
sarcastic.
that.
Oh, yeah,
He doesn't think
You
that.
think
The
that
way
he
they
doesn't
looked
think
against the
that.
Steelers,
How
I
do
just
you
think it's
get
their year.
tricked by that?
I don't know, because I want the Bills to win.
And he
But
also wants.
again, I think the way that they've been operating with Joe Brady, they're going to have.
Yeah,
a good plan.
that's the one way the Bills can win this game, and I think Josh Allen does have it in him because he's an incredible quarterback. He's going to have to play a flawless game, and I think that's the recipe, and I think he has it in him.
going Spags versus McDermott, like the way the creativity's been with the Bills in the back end of the season, with all the way that they're disguising coverage. They'll have like 8 guys lined up on the line of scrimmage, showing 3 deep, and then you don't know who's dropping out. You can take a corner and go roll into the half field.
Who are those guys?
Take an
now?
outside backer that
Who
runs
are those
up underneath.
guys now?
I know, but they have like, when we're looking at the roster, like they have veterans that come in that are acclimated to the system. It's not like they're just pulling guys in off the street. They have guys that kind of understand the system, so you can plug and play a little bit more.
The other thing is the Bills' defensive line is healthy, and that is like the Chiefs. It wasn't a problem for them against the Dolphins because the Dolphins had so many injuries themselves. Like that will be a big part of this game because the Chiefs' offensive line has not looked great.
Yeah.
And so if they can get some pressure, maybe you can get Mahomes to make a mistake.
Yeah, because you're not going to fool Mahomes, but the way you disguise and the way Mahomes is going to have to read it post-snap is going to be important because if they can pressure, get him to think twice at all, and pressuring him with 4, they'll do enough on the back end to take away.
It's not even like fool. Yeah, you're right. You can't fool Mahomes. It's more like putting Mahomes in a position where he has to press.
Right.
Where he's like, I have to make a throw here, and then he makes a couple throws where it's like, you probably should have ate that one or thrown it underneath.
And I think the aggressive style of the Chiefs' defense hurts them against a team like Buffalo.
Ooh,
I think Stephon, I think Gabe Davis, I think those guys do a great job against press. And when you're being aggressive, if you miss once, what you saw with Josh Allen last week, like there were free runners that had the perfect angle and still couldn't bring him down. Like if you miss on Josh Allen when you're pressuring him, he makes you pay.
You make me want to take the Bills. But I have the Bills. Why would I take the Bills? I have the Bills.
Yeah, you can guarantee
to
you're at
double
least
down.
right once.
No, but if you double down, then maybe you're giving yourself good juju.
All right, I'll put it the Bills.
Think about both times. Last week
Put
you
the
switched to the
Bills.
Bills.
Put the
Then it
Bills.
was then Bills
Jerry.
against
No,
the
you
Patriots.
stay, you stay. I hate Jerry so much. He's such a piece of shit.
That was
on Bills?
nasty.
Yeah. Even though Jerry did that. He did that to us. I hope we all get cash, but Jerry is just...
Deep down, Dan knows his bet is dead, so he should probably cash out. You can't give Mahomes. It doesn't matter. He's just unbeatable.
piece of shit.
He's unbeatable. I mean,
Yeah, but Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes
It
is like a
does-
great
dude,
story.
there's levels.
I know,
There's-
but do you think Patrick Mahomes is just always going to own Josh Allen
100%.
forever?
Just how it works. Tom Brady, look what he did to Big Ben. He just owned Big Ben throughout his whole entire career. Like it just happens like that in the NFL.
Damn,
There's
sorry.
levels. Patrick Mahomes is a different breed. They're going to go back to the Super Bowl. Will they win? Who knows? They'll be there though.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
This is,
I'll tell you one
this
thing.
is
If
so personal.
Jerry, if you fucking say one fucking word about my Ravens future, I will kill you.
No, I'll root for that.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
If you do one of those videos,
I won't do that.
But you don't like Lamar Jackson.
Listen,
so
I'm salty. My Steelers lost against the Bills.
there's no reason to blame me. There's zero reason to blame me. I didn't bet the Bills on Monday.
You did
I
celebrate. You
sat-
celebrated a touchdown.
Ryan Shakir scored a touchdown.
That was it for me. That was the.
I bet on him to
I
score
know.
a touchdown.
You're entitled to root for your bets. That was just the.
You leapt for
nice.
joy.
He's a
You leapt
There's
for
some
joy.
lashing out
Jerry.
going on.
Baby Jerry.
Some lashing out
Jerry
going on.
quits.
I hope that you guys can mend this relationship.
I don't think we can.
Oh, yikes.
It's over.
It's over?
It's over.
Okay.
Sayonara. Nice
Joining us today.
Yeah, thanks
everybody.
for
knowing
being
you,
here. The tension has been unbelievable. Nick?
This is some great games, though. I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah,
great
excited for
weekend
these
of games.
I hope you're right about the Bills.
I hope so.
I think everybody in the room hopes.
Oh yeah, very
I think
much.
everybody in the room hopes that you're right about the Bills.
Do you think you're right about the Bills?
Yeah.
Like deep in your heart, is it your truth?
Yes.
Let me look up real quick. I've been following this account. This is how bad the Bills' injuries have been piling up. There's an account called Banged Up Bills, which could be a porn.
Sounds
It
like
plays into
something
their
on
story of
Pornhub.
starting off 7-6, being counted out. They rally all the way back. They not only make the playoffs, they win the division. They're the 2 seed. Oh, 3 more guys go down. Who
But Will-
gives a fuck? Next man up. The way we've been back against the wall the entire
Well,
back half of the season.
You are kind of like you're talking about storylines, and Nick said it earlier with the universe. Like, don't you kind of see maybe the Chiefs and like the Taylor Swift storyline continuing?
No.
Benford and Bernard
Don't fall
did not
for it.
practice.
The Chiefs don't have the talent that they've had in years
I'm not
past.
saying that falling for it, but you're talking about
Defense is lights
storylines.
out. What are you talking about? Their defense is legit.
Yeah, but
And Rice is.
They're
coming in form.
bleedable.
Pacheco's playing well.
they're bleedable.
Nick, I know that you love women. Do you think Taylor Swift is ruining the NFL?
I don't know. No comment. No,
No.
she's good for it.
Yeah.
I saw what happened to Dan.
Yeah.
No, I
There
think
you go.
I wish
Very
there were
smart.
2 Taylor
Stay out of
Swifts.
it. Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
We need more Taylor Swift. Okay.
You think they're winning the Super Bowl?
I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
It's just not the same
I think
Chiefs
I
team,
think
bro.
I think he's just too
He's being
good.
nasty.
He's just too good.
Yeah, he is. He's
being
nasty.
He is good,
Salty.
but he still doesn't have the weapons he's had before.
He don't need
They're coming into form.
He's just too good. Their scheme is too good.
You see what he's doing, right?
It's over, dude. That's what. Listen, this.
And they beat a Dolphins team. It was
Listen,
like negative 20
this is
degrees.
Tom Brady all over again. This is just what it is. What we're gonna have to deal with as fans. This is what it is.
Look at Dan's face right now.
It's the best in the world.
That
is.
point is a good point.
I mean, this is just all over again, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anything else, guys?
No.
Nick?
Should I, Dan? I'll say this. That video was a little over the top.
was nasty.
Yes, but I will put $5,000 on the Bills.
No, you won't. I don't want you to.
I will.
don't want you. No.
I will to ride.
Listen, when I get low, I remember who's next to me. It was, well, Nick picked the Chiefs. It was Will.
Did you? And you picked the Chiefs after he said he'd give you $5,000?
I'm not a fucking sheep.
Well, Nick, thank you for being
Thank
here.
you guys for
all-time
having me.
ball knower. You got to be here for one of the most tense episodes we've had all year. So.
I hate this feeling. I hate this sensation I have right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're ready for some ball. I'm ready to watch some ball.
Ready for some ball. All right. We'll see you guys next week.